What's up guys, JP back at you once again, bringing you guys another video. This is going to be another video talking about the Vestron Video Collectors Series. I've made a few videos on this topic already, people seem to like them, so I'm going to give you guys a little bit more. We'll talk about a few things in this video, but first I just wanted to mention something that I kind of talked about in my previous video where I discussed titles that could be released by Vestron Video's new Collectors Series and titles that probably won't be released on that label. And in that video, somebody actually pointed out on the Facebook group page that Return of the Living Dead 3 was actually never released under Vestron Video. And I did some research and it turns out he's correct. It never was on VHS through Vestron Video. So what that actually means, guys, is that these are not Vestron Video VHS titles now being released on Blu-ray. These are Lionsgate titles that are being released on Blu-ray, and Vestron Video is more of just a rebranded label, a name for this new line. And it's smart because it's a familiar name. It has its place in history. People know what Vestron Video, or at least it sounds familiar. It's an established brand. So, and it's retro. So they invigorate this brand and bring it to 2016 for Blu-ray, and it's just a name. It's a name that happened to release a lot of cult titles on VHS back in the day, now releasing new and other titles, including ones that were released previously, but also including just vault titles from Lionsgate, which opens up the door way more to titles that Lionsgate owns, because they owned a lot of stuff that wasn't ever released on the Vestron Video label back in the day. So it actually makes a lot of sense. It would be stupid of Lionsgate to limit themselves to specifically Vestron released titles. Alright, the second thing I wanted to talk about is the Vestron Video Collectors Series Facebook page. So this is a Facebook page that I do recommend that you guys like, but I actually had to re-record this video because I didn't know that it was an unofficial page. The runner of the page, Owen, seems to have some sort of connection with Lionsgate. He at least is able to reach out with him because pretty much everything he said so far has been true, and he does have some sort of kind of working relationship with Lionsgate, but it is not the official Vestron Video Collectors Series page, which was very shocking to me. Thank you, Luis, for pointing that out. And I do want to say, guys, that it could eventually become the official page. Usually that's how these things work when a fan takes over and, rushes out there and creates this page real fast. But we'll keep tuned for that. So everything that I say that comes from this page, don't take as official, but take it as it's probably true. So, one thing that I wanted to say is we did find out the region coding from this Facebook page, and that is region A. Of course, I've kind of expected that because legally it's very hard to release things region free. Usually you have to own the title also in region B or whatever to release them multi-region. It's very complex and complicated, and a lot of the people, including myself, don't really know much about it. Second, we found out, at least from the Facebook page, that both Return of the Living Dead Part 3 and Waxwork will be uncut. Now, anytime you ever hear these titles suggested, whether it's Scream Factory, Synapse, Blue Underground, 88 Films, people always say, hey, you guys should release Return of the Living Dead Part 3 in its unrated/uncut format. Or, hey, you guys should release Waxwork uncut or unrated. And it turns out that that is actually what's happening with these releases, again, according to the Facebook page. And that's very good because it shows that Lionsgate is actually going out of their way to make the fans happy. They could just release the Blu-ray and people would still buy it because it's the first time both these films have ever been on Blu-ray, but to go the extra mile and do the uncut/unrated versions is very exciting. One of the reasons that it's exciting is because it shows that they're willing to get the extras. They're willing to get the extra cuts, the extra features, and it shows that they are trying to establish themselves as a good company, because they're not established yet. They have not released anything as of yet, and fans have not bought anything. They don't have any info on the numbers and things like that they are going to sell. So they have to win over the fans early on, and it's good to see that they're actually putting effort into this. And we've seen it time and time again. Some older titles get released and it's just bare bones and, you know, dubbed collector's editions. That doesn't seem to be the case with these. And third, I wanted to say that there are a few titles that I will be looking into to create another video on titles that could be released. I think I'll lean more towards ones that actually can be released versus ones that actually probably won't be released. But I need suggestions, guys. Suggest titles, I'll do the research, and then I'll tell you guys if I think that it can be released. That way I can get to more of the popular ones instead of just random. I kind of regretted how I just did random afterwards. But yeah, so Rawhead Rex is one that does seem very possible. It doesn't seem to be one of those titles that has left Lionsgate, and also the Gate seems very possible, which is two that I said in my previous video. There's also a lot of titles that I think have a very high probability, even higher than those two I mentioned, that we can discuss later. But I need suggestions, guys. I'll get working on that video as soon as I get more suggestions. Thank you, guys. Peace out.